today we're going to discuss caste system. Olga.
Hello.
Oh,
It's really good to see you.
really good to see you too, always. How are you?
Always. All is well. I just want to make sure the sound is good and there are no interference. Let's do the technical checkup for a few seconds. And can you guys please let us know if the sound is good, if nothing is in the way for you to hear me or Daria? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Olga, looks like we lost you.
I'm back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, I'm back. I was trying to connect through the headphones, but I guess we'll just do it the way it is. If the music on my background is not interfering with anybody's ability to hear us, then let's get started.
Yeah, let's get started. So I know you prepared some good questions today.
I definitely did. I have a lot of questions for Daria. And this topic, we've been thinking about it for a very long time because it's so significant in our everyday life. All of us meet different people or talk or collaborate or having relationship, whether it's family members, partners or friends. And very often people simply are not capable of understanding each other. Their expectations of each other are so different, and people tend to suffer a lot from this misunderstanding, miscommunication, where in reality Daria has a lot of insights to give you guys that none of us are identical. We're all very different. Even if we are born in one family, it doesn't mean our family members are going to be alike. We can look alike, but we are certainly not going to be alike. And one of these criteria are the reason why people have a lot of problems in relationships, because they think their partner is going to deliver their expectations, where in reality their partner is a completely different individual, or their parent or their friend, where their vision of the situation differs 100%. And why are we all so different? Daria is going to explain based on the theory of caste system. Caste, please do guys not confuse it with Indian caste. It has nothing to do with the country India. However, in India it was highly, I want to say famous for the past few centuries. It was very, very common to divide people by the caste system, but it has nothing to do with one ethnicity. It's just the psychological and conscious division of the ways of how people's levels of consciousness operate and what are they about. So there are 4 types of people according to the caste system theory, which Daria is going to explain us the best way she can, because this is a very vast, huge, complex topic, but we will have a very small, limited amount of time to talk about it. So I would like to ask Daria, which are those 4 types? And listen carefully, because you might realize, you might hear that this is either yourself or your parent or your friend or your partner. This is going to be very interesting. Daria.
Yeah, nice question. You started with really cool sentence that the biggest problem for people with their relations and communications, that they trying to pull something, get something from those people who are not capable of those things. Like you know, there is a big problem when you try to do business or be friends or be like love partners with someone who is not from your caste. Well, we have 4 types of people. The first type, the first caste is very young souls. They maybe have like first incarnation or second or third or maybe few. You will recognize these people very easy. They cannot talk nicely, like intelligent way. They don't like books. They don't like education. They just like to work with their hands, for example, somewhere in village, in farm, or you can see them in the city. They will wash dishes, wash floor. Of course, we're not judging like that. Someone who is a high caste can have that kind of job temporarily as well. Let's say it's hard period in life, something happened. Also, a person who belongs to high caste, third or fourth, can be a child of some farmers or villagers and can do the same work when he's 15 or 16, but later on that person will follow his her own personality. So the first caste, very primitive, very average people. They don't care whom to marry. They don't care what to eat. They can eat in any kind of like condition, like not really clean, not really fresh food. And please don't ask them to serve something nicely. They don't know what is that. They just need to work hard a day and sleep at night. Watch TV, maybe that's it. No more interest. Only one goal in the life: survive. Somehow survive, take care of your food and roof above your head. A survival level is enough for them. They don't really care, like second caste, about $100,000, millions dollars. They don't care. And these people have very like primitive type of speaking. As I said, so you will realize you're talking to first caste. They never care what is world, what it create for, why we are here, what's the purpose of life, what's the meaning of life, nothing like that. So the second caste is the most measured caste in the world. Probably like 60-70% belongs to second caste. People who have main interest in life is money and sex. All they interested in is making money. They don't care like good way or bad way. They can sell drugs, they can be prostitutes, they can lie to their business partners, they can steal money, they can cheat, whatever. This is the most richest people in the world. You see them on televisions, you know them as millionaires, you see them on Forbes magazine. Some people asking me sometimes, how come? Some people saying, I'm third or fourth caste, and why some ignorant person, someone stupid, someone primitive is 100 times more rich than me? It's like, it's unfair. Why God let that happen? Well, because for this person, for second caste, is like evolution right now, to learn how to deal with that low spectrum of energy which belongs to money and sex. They can jump only on that level. For them, it's next step of evolution. But for you, for someone who asked that question, who had maybe millions past lives, it's already like past experience. You learned it million lives ago. So that's why universe don't put it as your evolutional step, don't force you to learn how to make money. And you know, sometimes people asking me, how come I know someone second caste that people lie, cheat, karma don't punish them, and I'm first caste. I just think that someone is idiot 5 minutes after I hit myself or something else, why I have that immediate karma. Of course, because for someone who is second caste, maybe for that person it's only like one lesson for next 20 years, and that lesson is, for example, how to love your husband or your child. And for you who is first caste, it's like 235 lessons in 1 week. For you it's complicated, it's different, karma will hit you just like that. So second caste, how you can recognize that people, they care only about money and sex. When they choose partner, they gonna look only at body, and body is supposed to be hot, person supposed to be sexy. That's it. Intellect doesn't matter. Like soul, spirit, character, come on, doesn't matter. Education doesn't matter. Nothing matters. That people will do anything for money and for pleasure. Third caste, warriors, people who care about hierarchy. They need to be on top of some events, people, structure. They need to be a leader. So if you tell someone, if you tell third caste warrior, what you prefer? Do you prefer to be like head of some company, or maybe politician, or some other type of leader, and have salary, let's say $1,000, or you prefer to be maybe some type of average worker, manager, salesperson, someone's employee, and make $3,000. They will choose first option. For them, money not that important. For them, hierarchy, power, authority is most important thing. Warriors, they thinking about meaning of life. They have very high moral principles, very high. We can see warriors in kind of low grade. They also belong to third caste. They can be, let's say, like police, soldiers, maybe even gangsters. So that is possible, easy. But high level of warriors of third caste is presidents, politicians, they head of big companies. Like recently one client asked me, like, I manage huge business, I have so many stores, but I'm so shy to talk to people. Like sometimes I need to replace my employees, so I can't even sell anything to customers. Like I'm shy, like I need to work on something. Like I can't act like clown, like come, sit on comfortable couch, drink some coffee. Have you ever felt better in your life? This car is for you, buy it. He's like, I can't act like that. I need to learn it. And they said, no, forget it, because you are warrior. You need to manage. And that person said, like, I have big business, like famous all over the country, people inviting me to television. I can't open my mouth. And I said, of course, because you need to be behind the stage. Send your managers, send your employees. This is what you're supposed to do. Third caste supposed to manage, and let other people to do to provide whatever, like their steps into life. When these people choose a partner or girlfriend, wife, or husband, they think about character. Firstly, they look at character, at moral goods, at mind, at intelligence, at soul. And first caste magicians. They totally different from everybody. This is that people who had millions of lives, they can feel energy because they already have had experienced all of them. They can feel energy like 4.1 version of first caste, or if it's 4.2, they can work with energy. These people have great intuition, psychic premonitions, etc. I just don't want to make all that conversation too long. Let's just jump to questions.
Yeah, I do have a lot of questions, but to summarize shortly, basically what Daria was explaining everybody, if the first case of workers, all they care about food, basic survival needs, which in my opinion correlates with the root chakra, the red color chakra, to survive, make the living, eat some food, go to work. They're very good at, you tell them what to do, they do it. They don't have to think about, people like this are really good for hiring, for performing anything with their hands preferably, because they will be exceptionally better than anybody else in that particular domain. So in order for you guys to understand, whoever is going to be watching this video, we might have some feedbacks where people will be unpleasantly, hey, why are you guys dividing people onto we're all equal rights and all that stuff? And we'll get back to it because we already have one interesting question that I want to read. But in order for you to understand, every case has a purpose. It's their evolution, and what Daria was trying to explain, if the worker's evolution is to work with manual labor, create something with their hands, perform some kind of duties, it's their way to develop. The second case of merchants, which is the majority of the world, for them, the expression money doesn't smell will describe them really well. They would do anything for money. They just don't have in their personality to think about reputation, for example, like the third case of warriors that she explained afterwards. Third case of warriors would rather marry somebody with good qualities of character than somebody with a lot of money, as opposed to the second case of merchants. And there is a very big difference between those two. A lot of people tend to have relationship when they belong to a different case, and that's when the problem started to occur. Second case have one expectation, third case have different expectations. First and fourth are completely different as well. So to summarize, the third, their expectations of a partner would be likely if person can hold their promise. How can you distinguish these two people? As Daria mentioned, merchants would only speak about what they want and I want this, I want that. And it's about the frequency of the second chakra, the orange one, the chakra of pleasure, pleasure from food, pleasure from beautiful clothes, brand clothes especially, yeah, pleasure from sex and all that stuff. When the third case of warrior, men or women, would likely be saying, I must, I promised, I'm going to do this no matter what. I'm even going to go out of my way to fulfill my promise. Because these people have a very iron power of will. That's a good quality for police, people who are in any government structures, authority figures, yeah? People like that are very strong. And their evolution is to fulfill their duty, even if they don't make that much money. However, they often achieve big success because of their determination. They would rather make less money, but work for themselves, have something of their own. That's why for people like this, it's better to hire somebody from the second case of merchants who are very well known for their throat chakra as well. They're very outspoken. Sometimes they can promise too much and under-deliver. And you cannot be mad at them because that's how they are. They talk to sell the stuff, but will you get it the way it was promised? Not 100% if you're talking to the merchant person. But if you're talking to the warrior, you're likely to get what was promised. That's a very big difference between those types. And to slightly touch upon the last one, the fourth case of wizards or magicians, the other name of it, those people are purely intuitive. With a huge clairvoyant and psychic abilities, those people will likely always be saying, I feel that this is the situation. I feel I need to go there. I feel I need to do this. I feel I need to do that. So one of the questions that I want to read out loud, when this sort of information is heard by a lot of people, why do they have opinion that they are somewhat oppressed? That's the question to Daria. But in order for her to give a better answer, I want to read one of the questions that a person asked. This caption got my attention. Caption was the CASTE system, written under one of the articles that clearly explain everything that we explained in this video already, right? The division of people's levels of consciousness by the fourth category. So the person is asking, these are extreme implications of the claims here. Not only would this defy knowing physics and biology and psychology of human nature, if ever demonstrated to be real, but even challenge the post-enlightenment premises of equal human rights. I've been made moderately familiar with the concepts of chakras and similar magical energy concepts like the force and chi, and whatever spirit energy chiropractic claims needs adjustments. But this is actually my first time hearing such an explicit explanation of how these superstitions can be used to rationalize the oppressive caste system. It's just concerning to see that this prejudice is being normalized, apparently without bigoted intentions, I think. Where do you get all these ideas from, by the way? So the person is thinking that caste system is oppressive. Daria, what would be your answer to this question? What's your opinion on it?
Well, in India, for example, first caste also calls untouchable. It means never explain anything to first caste. Never ruin their picture of the world. Their picture of the world, their mind is so new, so weak. That for person, it's
like a baby.
Yeah,
they're like a baby.
Yeah. Like infants. For them, it's kind of disaster when someone will start to explain such things. And also, I want to add that in caste system, like we don't judge first caste, second caste. We don't judge anyone because it's evolution. Like the same, like we can look at school grades, and on in 10th grade, we cannot judge someone who going through second grade. It's a process. So when we are talking about caste system, we're not judging. We're not saying one is better than other. It's all process. It's everybody is growing. Everybody just flowing with universe. Just stream, just the way how it is. But yes, people who belong to second caste, first caste, they can't get it. They will say you guys crazy. Everyone is equal. We all same. Those people think like. Basically, okay, very like primitive example, like those people can like someone doesn't matter, he takes garbage or whatever, he sell meat on farmers market, but when he see like super beautiful girl on the street, like rich, amazing young on expensive car, he can just walk to her thinking, why not, we all equal, maybe she will fall in love with me from first sight, like that much they don't get that hierarchy, that levels, they don't get
No subordination. They don't know nothing about subordination or adequacy of perceiving the people around. Got it.
Yeah.
I got the point.
Yeah.
I got the point. Another question would be this. For example, This video is watched by somebody who realizes, as one of my clients. I mean, I explained this to her why she told me I can't figure out my relationship. I figure out that she is a warrior woman. So she has all the qualities of a woman warrior. She's very strong personality, determined, successful. Her word is iron. If she promises something, she always does it. She has this boyfriend that is not a warrior by all means. He is a merchant. And we're not saying that she is good and he is not good. They're just very different. That's why I explained her, why are you, you shouldn't be mad at the guy that he doesn't deliver his promises. He always promises her blah, 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 blah all day long. That's an interesting way, you know, to see how these people will likely not find common ground of understanding. He blah, blah, blah promises, but he under delivers, which leads her to be disappointed because on the other level, their relationship used to be very nice. You know how merchants, the second case, they can be very, you know, they like to do fun stuff. They like to try different foods, maybe travel, maybe do interesting things. At first, she got some kind of attraction and impression that, wow, he's very amazing person to be with. I really like how we spend time together. On the level of pleasure, second case of merchants are really good. But on the level of responsibility, the guy is not nearly anywhere close of her expectation of him to be. So now, after a while, she started realizing, she said, I see that he portrays to be. And this is very sad for a lot of people because when they meet somebody, they do not realize right away what kind of person they're meeting because they have a wrong first impression. And I think those who will watch this video or read about this case system in other sources of literature, there is plenty, will learn how to distinguish whether the person is their type or the person is not. So the question is to Daria, what to do to those people who realize that they're in relationship with somebody who is of a different case?
I think connection is lost. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
Mhm.
What to do where people realize we're of different case, we're not likely to get agreement, person is not going to change, it's illusion. What to do for them? What do you think? What would be your best advice?
The best advice is realize that you guys from different caste system, and which means that this relationship not going to survive long. Sorry, but it's true. Only one type of relationship can survive and be great and long when one person is third caste, another one is fourth caste, because both are very high caste, very close to each other, so that works. But for example, let's talk about this type of couple what Olga mentioned, when she is third caste and he is second caste. Classic happens so often, always one scenario, no exception. First, they really can be attracted to each other only because he is fun, outgoing, easy spoken, he buying a lot of gifts for her, he gives her a lot of emotions. What's the reason why she could attract him? Actually, it's a rare case when woman who is third caste attracts a man who is second caste. Maybe she really had like nice body, nice face, maybe he choose her the same how he choosing usually between girls of second caste, just by physical appearance. He didn't realize she's different. He just thought, okay, she looks nice, so let's try it. Usually these guys who are second caste, they start to cheat girls who are third caste because they need different bodies, they need different energies, they need a lots of communication. Any girl of third caste will be very boring for someone who is second caste. All the time he will tell her, why you so boring? Why you so serious? Why you never smile? Here is my friends. 20 of my friends came, we making barbecue. Just smile, just be nice. Why you read your book? Why you don't laugh at joke? Okay, it's primitive joke, but laugh, but do drugs with me, drink alcohol. Why you so boring? What are you doing? You going to university for third education? Are you crazy? Just let's go make fun with some of our other friends. So it will be like that. All my clients who are guys second caste, they all complaining at their wives who are third caste. They all saying she doesn't like to have sex often, she is boring, she always in her books, I need a lot of guests, a lot of people, she loves to be alone. I'm telling her be friends with wives of my friends. She's saying they are very primitive. Like I can't live with that woman, which is truth. It's always like that. Only one scenario. Yeah. What else? People can try to find compromise. They can try to convince themselves, they can try to convince someone else, but eventually these couples fall out.
I
Or
have two
they
more
just live
questions.
unhappy. They just live unhappy. That's it.
Live unhappily. Okay, I see.
Fighting
Yeah,
hate, but they can't
I,
change.
I, I, I also have two more questions. I don't want to forget them. First one is just an example from the movies. I'm sure a lot of people know these famous movies, Godfather, Goodfellas, all these gangster movies. I'm curious, all these people, obviously all the people, movies are based on real story. And what those guys did are really bad things, murdering, killing, money. What case are those guys? Is it the second that money don't smell, or is it the third that they want to be a big boss? But maybe there is a transition between two. Maybe there is a mixture type where people are on the path from one case, evolving from one case into another. And there is obviously also a bad way to do this, lower energy, and a higher energy, the good way to do it. I'm pretty sure there are these examples.
Of
Daria.
please give me very specific case. Tell me, even if it's character of the movie, tell me this guy doing that, and then because I don't watch movies really. It's rare case when I watch movie, and it's usually like something scientific, cosmical, whatever. Sorry.
I see. Yeah, I can relate to that, definitely.
Mhm.
So the more specific example, people who are doing murders, people who are doing robbery, people who are doing all kinds of criminal activities,
Mhm.
and making a very big amount of money by all ways that are possible, including committing crimes. Are those people likely to belong to the second case of merchants, or third case of warriors, where they're trying to be this big boss leader with a sign of minus next to it? Because obviously what they do is wrong.
When, yeah, of course, with sign of minus. Well, mostly sounds like third caste. If person doesn't have authority, if he's not a big mafia boss, then second caste. Usually, yeah, all those small like uh, second caste working for someone who is third caste, like the big boss.
Yeah, it tricked me to understand who exactly they are, because they want to have no authority. They portray themselves as we are authority. We can do whatever we want. But
Yeah.
the ways they make this big amount of money, like in those movies based on real
Yeah,
stories,
third
huge
caste
amount of money.
authority. They were like, okay, I'm not gonna go and work on the factory for $200 a month. So
I
I
see.
better do my way. I better be on my way on power in this world.
I
And you
see.
know
Uh,
what's the difference? Guys who are second caste and they doing some mafia stuff, some illegal stuff, they will always go to prison. They don't have that intelligence how to do illegal stuff very smart. Guys who are third caste, this is how you can see the difference. Doesn't matter, they already 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, they never get arrested, they never go to prison because they know how to keep that power and authority and be smarter, a big level of intelligence. This is how you can see the difference.
I see. That's a very good point. Daria, I want to ask first question. How much time we have left? Because there are many more I want to ask, but I want to be considerable to your time.
Uh, um, I think we have time. Let's just go. Keep flow.
Okay, let's just go. Yeah, just to make sure. Okay, second question I want to ask. This is a very popular couple example that, for example, come to me. I'm pretty sure they come to you, a bunch of them. Women of the fourth, very smallest amount of people in the world, the wizards, the magician case. Those women, almost every single one of them, always have problems in relationships, and her problems would be there is absolutely nobody around who corresponds her requirements. Not that she doesn't have admirers. As a matter of fact, she has a lot of them, but it seems like nobody is a good match. Nobody is a good fit. And once they try a relationship, they get disappointed. Or another often case, men of the third category, the ones that we call warriors, really like women of the fourth category. Although they have so many women around them, girls, like especially the second one, the merchants, but these men always pick women of the fourth category. So the question is how to cope with relationship personal life for women of the fourth category of wizards, and why men of the third category of warriors like women of the fourth category of wizards so much.
I will start from the easiest question, from the last one. Why men of third category likes like women of fourth category, first caste? Because, look, first caste will like second caste. Doesn't matter. As a friend, as a business partner, as a lover, doesn't matter. Because for them, it's next evolutionary step of like child who is about to finish first grade is already asking parents and teachers, I want to be in second grade when summer will finish. So the same second caste looking towards third caste, and sometimes it's really hard to realize, is that person second caste or third, acting somewhere between, because it's in transition. The same from third to fourth one. People from third caste, especially if it's like high third caste, not beginning, high level. So someone who used to incarnate in third caste for 100 or 1,000 lives, who had not two past life in third caste, but 222. So for those people, next evolutionary step is fourth caste. They already reading what is astrology, what is horoscope for next week, what type of day is today, why it's so difficult to go through that full moon, like etc. So for them, it's next evolution step. They wanna go, they wanna flow towards those energies. That's why it's like that. And difficulties with love relationship in fourth caste is huge topic. Honestly, we should talk about that for hours to describe that. But let's try to just mention most important things. In fourth caste, you will have those relationship in your life which is pre-planned. It's karmic. It's your soulmates. Not necessary it's for all life. Maybe you've been with someone since you was 20 years old until 30 years old. Doesn't mean to be doesn't meant to be forever, because you are growing, and this person, your loved one who belongs to third caste, is not growing, and your roads going different directions. That possible. Also another situation possible when you just switch, nothing works. Everyone is so ignorant. We can see so many different cases in first caste. Someone is happy in relationship, in marriage with a third caste, and happy for all life. Someone switching partners like gloves every day, every month, every 2 months, because everything is ignorant. Someone is alone. Someone just alone permanently for years, maybe in celibate, maybe in solitude somewhere in mountains, maybe bank, maybe whatever. Anything is possible. Everything is very kind of difficult in first caste. But I want to tell you one thing. In first caste, a lot of things depend on the level. When you work with energies, when you are useful for this universe, you will get some type of how to translate награда.
A reward. A reward.
You will get some type of reward eventually. Regarded health, money, love. It's normal in first caste to ask for something for years, but don't get it, and then eventually get it finally, because you already went to that position where you deserve, and where you already met all karmic relationship, learn all karmic lessons, give to all dead souls everything what you had to give, and now you are free. You are good to go just for your own happiness. But again, different things to need как бы все ниточки должны сойтись к этому моменту. How you can translate that?
It's basically all puzzles have to
Thanks, yes.
be put together by this moment. In another way to put it, I see. Daria, is this true that women or men, it doesn't matter, people in general who develop, who strongly work on themselves for extended period of time, work on themselves, by this I mean make themselves better than they were yesterday, every day, work out, for example, read a lot of good useful literature, watch a lot of good useful information, learn something new, get better at work, build their business, whatever the case is, they work on themselves. And those people who are lonely, for example, for a long time, is this true that when they get this is a reward for their hard work on themselves, meeting of somebody special, of somebody worthy of them, of somebody who they feel that this is my person. We understand each other on multiple levels. Basically, in other words, meeting your love partner that you really love. Is this true that this can be a reward for a really hard work the person does
Yes.
in bettering themselves?
Reward. Look, okay, let me give some occult knowledge a little bit right now. There are three main chain of channels, three main channels of rewards: health, money, love. Basically, three main things which make people happy. And every soul, when he or she comes to this incarnation, usually come with one or two rewards, either health or money or love. It's based on good or bad karma, what person brought from previous lifetimes. So, for example, we can see someone has money and health in this life, but doesn't have love, like so unhappy, like no love. Or someone have love and money, but no health. Someone have health and love but no money all life. Someone has only one of this channel, only money or only health, only love. It's super rare case when person has money, love, health, everything. So how does that work? Why one magician has money and love, doesn't have health, and have other one has health, money, doesn't have love? Well, that missing channel will show like lack of good karma, but when we work on ourselves, we will eventually get that one to we will get that permission.
I see.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very. That's a very intriguing answer, I want to say. I understand this point really well and profoundly, but I want to give some more practical examples and more information to people who watch us, because not everybody is into esoterics or occult knowledge, but likely if they're watching this video or or in our pages, likely these people do have some interest in all those domains. There is one more thing that just came to my mind. We live in a body. We're spiritual beings. We're souls. We live in the body. Our body is a very smart mechanism. It's a very smart machine that shows us when something is wrong. Can person's body show the world or themselves that they are with the wrong partner by having some health issues with it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's usually about hormonal system, especially for women who is a magician. It's changes with hormonal system. It's any type of diseases related to reproductive system, extra weight, problems with period, that type of stuff. Yeah, like that.
I see.
It's big topic. It's usually reproductive, sexual moments. They always show different.
It's very, I really like I love all of your videos on your Russian YouTube channel, but for those who are Russian speaking and who are watching this live interview, please go on Daria's Russian YouTube. Whoever finds this topic interesting about hormonal problems women encounter when they're in a wrong relationship. And not only, this is just one of the aspects of the theme that she brought up and she uploaded on YouTube recently. I highly suggest you watch that, guys. It's mind-blowing. It's very useful. Daria also gives a lot of information of health remedies, natural health remedies, no chemicals, none of the dangerous stuff, how to help yourself. If anybody has problems, acne, skincare conditions, and other health issues that could possibly be related to a wrong partner you are with in your life. As well as, of course, I would recommend everybody who haven't seen yet to watch mine and Daria's video on topic of vitamins, holistic approach to wellness, health, which we released months ago. It's on both of our channels. Also, I would like to remind everybody, if you guys find any of the topics we discussed resonating, don't forget that me and Daria have personal meetings through Skype, Zoom, Telegram, Viber, WhatsApp, any other messengers. We can talk about in private, whether you have any health questions, relationship, where to work, what job fits your personality, low karmic relationships you cannot get out and want to untie this or understand, and a lot of other questions that you might have. We will be happy to discuss it in our private meetings. Daria works with tarot, Lenormand, another big amount of oracle cards where she uses as an instrument in addition to her amazing clairvoyant channel that helped already thousands of people around the world to make right choices, whether it's personal, professional, or existential questions and life segments. As well as myself, I do work with an amazing instrument called Soul Formula, where I can also ask you give you a lot of precise answers on precise questions from astrological point of view, such as karmic partnerships. There are so many interesting methods to determine likely are you in a karmic relationship, what kind of relationship, how long is it going to last, whether it's better for you to stay in it or get out. A lot of these questions we answer. And I can only add that topics we bring up require much more time. We don't have that time because the knowledge we're giving you is sacred. It's privileged. Not a lot of people have access to it, and it requires a lot of time of studying. But we try to put it in a very simple way, in a basic form for people to understand it so they can have it available to themselves. And please ask your questions if you have any, because we're going to be wrapping up shortly. And it's really good to be with you today. Oh, I see the question. So somebody is asking, is it possible to be in a relationship when you are in the case over? Over, I meaning not one and second, or second and third, or third and fourth, how we described. One, first and third, second and fourth. So is it possible to build relationships?
No, not possible, just not gonna work. These relationships happens why? Because people love to be in illusions. People have child traumas, psychological traumas, complex, etc. So they can just decide, no, this is my destiny, or no, I need to help this person, or they cannot just and stop see some type of like they just like to be in their illusion. They don't have enough knowledge. They can persist in such relationship, but they always will be manipulated. Someone will lie to them. They always will be destroyed, unhappy, and this is the super fast way to destroy your mind, your energy, your soul. It's self-destruction, huge self-destruction. But some people really persist in such a relationship because maybe they didn't have enough love from father or mother in childhood or something else. So like it's like perfectly, catching some крючки, some
Hooks.
yeah,
Hooks.
that's right.
Getting like a fish on the hook,
Yeah,
and getting some missing pieces.
thank you.
Daria, I just had a amazing question in my mind. I really don't want to forget it. I want to ask you, why, when you deal with a person of different caste than you are, for example, you are the warrior and you're dealing with the worker, the first case, or you are a wizard of the fourth category, you have to deal with the merchant, second category, in any scenario, whether it's parents, relatives, partners, siblings, boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, or co-workers or something. Why, when you deal with somebody who is super different from your case, you feel such strong energy drainage. You feel
Of course.
so sick. You feel like you ran a marathon and you didn't sleep for 3 days in a row, and I don't know,
Yeah.
you feel very empty after, or almost like the vampirism situation. Why?
Yeah. Just imagine the scales, right? So one has a lot, another one has little bit. What's gonna happen? Um, or let's just imagine, I don't know, two jars. So one has a lot, different one has just a little bit. So the one who have a lot, by very, very, very natural, basic energy law, will lose, will, will get equalized with a small container. When two people communicating, doesn't matter, 15 minutes or 5 years, they getting equalized. One is for first caste, another one is second caste. The one who is second caste will be like that after that communication, and first caste will be so exhausted. And then these friends from second and third caste calling you every day. Oh my gosh, I feel so good when I see you. Oh my God, let's go drink coffee. I want to see you. Let's go. Of course you want. So it's like that equalization, equalizing process. But when we see two people who are the same caste, for example, fourth caste, they just grow in their energy, in their aura after they see each other. So it's that case when 1 plus 1 is not 2. 1 plus 1 equals 11, or 11,111. So it's going in geometric progression, the growth of energy. But when we communicate with other castes, oh my God, when first caste communicate with second caste, it's just emptiness. You feel like someone just ate you, and it's very obvious. But I want to also add about communication between fourth caste and third caste, because you won't feel that obviously exhausted. You will feel good after you saw your friend from third caste. You will feel good, but it will be even worse trick, because energetically you will feel all right, but for some reason you will feel depressive about your beliefs about real love or big money or writing book or move to another countries or something else, because you won't lose a measure amount of energy from your aura. You will lose some vital, very tiny energy of.
Sublime energy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I want to clarify what Daria meant. She meant it from the point of view of the fourth case of magical or the wizarding part. That's what she's talking about. If she or he is a representative of the fourth case, he or she is not going to feel too bad communicating with the warrior, the third one. But still, there's going to be some very, very sublime ways to realize you are still, it's like this glass is halfway full and this one is full. You still have to lose something in order to be able to communicate, and you do lose it in one or another form. Either your body will tell you, either your some other ways, the way you usually are inspired to create something, that inspiration can a little bit leave you in one or another way. That's how, at least that's how I understand it. Yeah, that's a very good point. I can make a conclusion that exact opposite happens for the people of, let's say, second case merchant is communicating with the third case warrior, and they're like, wow, this guy is so cool. Like girls of the second merchant case really love man of the third warrior case. These guys are like an example of the perfect man. The leader has the money, has everything, right?
Yeah.
But for the man of the third case, woman of the second merchant will be easy to figure out, right? She will be not sophisticated.
Oh my gosh, yeah, like, it happens all the time when the girl saying, I really like that guy. Oh my gosh, I like him so much. Look at his picture and tell me if he likes me or not. Look at third eye, look with tarot, like what's happening. I like him so much, I go crazy about him. So maybe it's my destiny if I go crazy about him like that. But he doesn't care, she said. It's like classic case. He doesn't care. He wants to see me one time in 2 weeks, or it was one night and he never called back, or whatever. So it's classic, because you look at her, you see second cast. You look at him, you see a lot of energy in mental energy centers. So for him, she's just a piece of meat. Sorry, just body. No communication on energy centers above second chakra. Of course, no interest. A classic story happen all the time. And also, I said before that second caste is the biggest caste in the world, like 60-70%. Third caste is a little one. So of course, so many girls from second caste will see these guys who are on some authority positions or head of business or politicians or whatever. They trying to be with them, and they don't understand what's wrong with them. They don't even realize that they are not enough to catch.
They're not the trophy. Okay, I see that. I have so many more questions, but I understand that we're limited in time, so I'm just gonna ask the most. I have two more that I think that we absolutely have to answer. First one will be, oh my God, I just forgot them. No way. Sorry, guys. Please give me some time. I'm just so excited to ask. Okay. First one will be about relatives. What if you were born in a family of certain case type, right? And you are another one, and you are you living with your parents, for example, or family members, or you're dealing with your family. You love your family. They're your absolute close people, but the level of your consciousness is very different. How to deal with different case level of family members without being drained?
Don't tell them too much. Don't tell. For example, never tell how much money you make, whom you love, what's your plans in life, because they will say you crazy. What are you doing? Recently, I spoke to one woman. She just listened to her mother and brother who are second caste, and she broke up with a guy whom she really loves because relatives told her, are you stupid? Are you idiot? Find like old ugly millionaire, you live in rich country, like something like that. So they will always give opposite advice. Also, just recently I spoke to one guy, he's businessman, makes a lot of money, and he's saying every time when I go see my father, he's like, how much money you made today? How much money you made today? Are you crazy? If you made so much money, don't do that, don't buy that, just do this to your money, that, like giving all that crazy stuff, like really about relationship, money, any kind of decision in life, small, very ignorant advices, decisions. But those advices, they look smart, very smart for someone who live in the pattern of some model of world which based on fears, on the beliefs that life is hard and dangerous. Of course, for those beliefs, it will be like very right thing. Just
I see.
don't listen, don't be too close, don't communicate too close. Everything is good, everybody is healthy. Here is gift for you, here is money for you. Happy New Year, bye-bye. Distance.
Makes sense. Distance. Create a distance. Still communicate, but don't open up too much. Second one, I remembered what I wanted to ask. This is a big one. Like a lot of people who will watch this video will find themselves, will realize that they're fourth category. They're wizards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these people will also realize all their life they were called weird, crazy. All their life they were misunderstood by classmates, maybe bullied in school, maybe misunderstood by their family members. Seeing this, you're crazy, you're this and that. Why people of the fourth category oftentimes are seen as crazy for the rest, and how to deal with that, because a lot of people are still in the mindset where opinion of others is important to them. A lot of people still live with this.
Yeah, it's always like that. There is no exception, not even often. People of first case, not often but always, seems crazy to other people. You know, when I need to be through people who are not too very close to me and they asking me, what's your job, what are you doing? I'm sick, I'm psychologist. And you know, sometimes my friends want to introduce me to their friends and they like, what should I tell about you? Like, say that I'm psychologist. Like some like play according to the world. Don't show your craziness to the world. Pretend to be sleeper in the world of sleeping people. We need to play like that, the most smart way.
You gotta speak to people with their own language. First, you gotta figure out who they are and speak with them the language they can understand. Because it's pretty common, yeah. Once your job is has anything to do with non-common, something that's not too common, something like, people are afraid of new. They always tend to judge new, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have relatives or friends like that when they try to start new career and they say, oh, I'm going to be a transformational coach or tarot cards reader or astrologist or numerologist or any of that um, stuff. A lot of other people will try to stop them and tell them, are you crazy, what are you doing, this is, not, they're not bad, it's just their level of understanding is in this box size of this, and your level of understanding is in a different size of box that's that. So
Yeah.
you have to allow them to be who they are, and don't let their opinion stop you from what you want to do. There is another question that I just got born out of this. Why does it happen when you tell somebody else about your plans are not happening? Your plans just,
Yeah.
that's it. You
Yeah,
can't fulfill it.
I will explain, but let me come back one step back. So you said people will never support you when you say, I want to be tarot card reader, astrologer, or someone else. There is very good trick. When someone who is second caste telling you, what, you want to be astrologer, you want to be psychic, you idiot, just tell them, oh, you have no idea how much money these people make, these spiritual masters, these astrologers. That's it. this person will approve and will say, wow, nice, good luck, so smart. If someone from third caste will tell you, what kind of profession is that? It's so stupid. Tell them that right now people have billions followers on YouTube and Instagram, or people with such, and tell them the truth. Tell them that politicians, famous people, celebrities come to psychics, to astrologers, to healers. Tell them that, and they will be, oh, really? If it's your close person, like husband, you can tell what type of really high position clients you had or you have, and they will be, wow, you are so awesome. It's like that. So that's it. From that point, no more issue. Just we need to play on their language. And cool question, why when we tell someone about our plans, it never happened? Because we destroy vital energy, that energy of our energy field.
The sublime one, the sublime or theme, in other words, that sublime energy, creative energy.
Yeah. We just give it away. We had that energy to make our wish come true, but we give that away. The same, for example, you can talk to your mother or to your best girlfriend and say, tomorrow I'm gonna make so much money, or I start to date such a nice guy, and tomorrow like some shit happens with that. You don't know what happened, why, and you think like, I said only to my best girlfriend, why that happened? But like my best girlfriend loves me like a sister, but why that happened? Because that best girlfriend might be wish you only the best, but she doesn't have that that energy channels, that energy разрешений,
potential,
not only potential, that energy approving from the
approval,
universe, that energy approval,
allowance,
to have
allowance.
that energy allowance to have that good partner, or that much money, or that well health. And she's like, oh, look, really, she has that, and it's like shock, like lightning to your energy potential. For example, or you tell your parents for years, oh, I'm so happy, I make $1,000 a month, and parents, good girl, good boy, they happy for you. But one day you made 100,000 a month. You came to your parents and you said, I didn't make $1,000 this month as usual. I made $100,000 this month. And for parents, it's like shock. It's like lightning. It's like thunder and lightning to their energy beliefs and energy potential. They're like, what? We never had such money in our family. Bam, something happened. Your business is destroyed. Why? You say it only to your parents who really loves you, but their energy construction cannot handle it. You better keep it with yourself to handle it.
I see. So basically, when you want to share something, you again come back to the whole point of this live interview, come back to understanding who you can talk to this. It's not that you cannot tell anybody at all and be like super secretive about your life. No, you have to choose whom you share such personal information with. Ask yourself, does other people deserve to be a part of my private life? Ask them, do they deserve to know everything? And ask yourself, who are they on a case system level and energy level? If it's the person who doesn't have what you have, they're likely bring you a little bit down. You know, there can be some envy, jealousy, even if people really love you. It's
Yeah.
natural, that happens. Or if you tell something, hey, I achieved this and that project, I made more money, two times more money this month than last month, and you tell it to somebody who has it all, who has much more than you have. Question
Yeah.
is here, what will happen if you say some personal information to somebody who is doing
That
better
is
than you?
cool. That is actually kind of magical ritual. That is kind of very magical action to grow it. Yeah, you better talk to someone who's more successful than you, and you will raise. Also, I want to mention that for magical person, everything is very mysterious. It's always very mysterious relationship about between magician and universe. Everything will be very mysterious about magician's health, love life, or money. It will be like really something very sacred. You either should keep everything to yourself, don't tell anyone, or sometimes, rarely, you can discuss it with your friend, but who is high vibrational magician as well, no exception.
That's right. That's right. We're all connected. You know, we're not, you know, as we spoke at the beginning, equal rights. Yeah, we all have equal rights, but we are not equal in the level of our consciousness. Yeah, to summarize this whole topic today. And, but we are all connected. We're all in synergy, right? I love this word. With the universe, with people, everybody we meet, we have a reason why we meet somebody. We have a reason why somebody else provokes us to be angry, to experience bad emotions, good emotions too. There is always a reason. And once you start noticing it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you react to what happens to you.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any more questions to ask us, we're still here. But let's check on the time. Did you see what time we started? I just want to make sure we don't prevail 1 hour, because I don't want them to close the video or not let us save it. We
We
should
definitely
save this
started
video.
more than an hour ago.
Okay, I think then it's time to wrap it up.
Probably.
Thank you very much, Daria, for asking all these questions of mine and all the questions of people who are writing. Thank you guys for your participations, and those who will watch it. I hope you find it useful. Best you can do is share and subscribe to our channels. If you find the topic interesting, please feel free to comment what else you want us to bring up, and we will be very happy to connect with you again.
Yes, we will answer all questions what we read in comments in next live. Thank you, Olga. So good to
Thank you
see
for
you.
being with us.
Thank you for
Very good to see you. You look
invitation.
beautiful,
You
by the way. I wish
too,
you a
please.
great. I know in Istanbul it's night already. I'm gonna let you go and have a beautiful night. And I hope to see you very soon.
For sure, we will talk very soon.
We will connect. Okay. Have a good night.
Good night. Bye bye.
Bye bye.